Netflix stock gained 15% in 2021, which were actually below par returns in comparison to the S&P 500 index. Is the tide turning for Netflix in the medium term here? If you are new to these videos, welcome. My name is Connor. I'm the Senior Market Analyst at the global brokerage firm Zenfinex. I provide videos to this channel on a daily basis and I cover a wide range of markets. Today's forecast video will be a Netflix stock price prediction for 2022. I'm going to look at the key market drivers before conducting a technical analysis. At the time of recording this video, Netflix stock is sitting at around $385 per share. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you've got those notifications turned on for any future forecast videos. Okay, so recapping on 2021, first of all, Netflix did post a 15.2% gain, which are still solid gains. However, the S&P 500 gained double over that same time period. So in relative terms, the performance was actually quite poor. And why was this? Well, their year-on-year revenue growth had been falling consistently, which is quite alarming for investors, especially the consistent nature of it. This was despite the launch of shows such as Squid Game, which broke records. As a whole, though, there was a wider fall in demand in this industry, with the world reopening again and people wanting to actually get out more rather than sitting at home and watching Netflix shows. Now, when looking at 2022 catalysts, I believe it is important to actually speak about the bigger picture, which is what we're going to see right now. Now, by the bigger picture, what I mean is the general sell-off in tech stocks, which are looming this year. There are increasing concerns right now that the Federal Reserve is way behind inflation and the market is pricing interest rate hikes coming as early as March, and the dilemma for the Federal Reserve seems to be hiking at least 4 times this year and causing, I think, some sort of market tantrum. Alternatively, they walk back and they lose all their credibility in their efforts to fight inflation. Either way, they're going to get pressure from both sides, and for risk assets such as Netflix stock, they'll be hoping the taper timeline is not too aggressive. Now, for all kind of serious traders out there, you should have the Netflix subscription figures in your diaries, the quarterly release. Traders like to use these subscription figures as a way to measure demand for Netflix's products. Some people don't agree with that, but that's what happens. Higher subscription figures should ultimately lead to a higher stock price. The latest release was last week when the public found out Netflix gained 8.3 million customers in Q4 of 2021, and this was short of the 8.5 million targeted. Now, the share price actually plummeted as a result, which we're going to see on the chart, so it's important to listen out to their quarterly subscription reports. Now, my prediction for 2022 is actually quite a tricky one. I am a believer in the company, but I am concerned on the bigger picture for tech at the moment. A price in the 300s like it is right now does seem like a bit of a discount to me. However, I believe there may be some more pain to come in the first half of this year, but I do expect Netflix to end the year strong and finish around that $600 per share mark. Let's take a look at the chart now and mark those key levels. Hi guys, thank you for listening to this video. Just really quickly wanted to touch on a really exciting offer we have on the website. It's a limited time offer, and if you head over to zenfinex.co.uk, you will see the offer in front of you straight away. And this is that you can trade Forex on a standard account with raw spread plus 0 commission. And now Zenfinex is also an FCA and no dealing desk execution broker. If you are interested in this offer, you can get in touch with the team by clicking learn more, or you can simply go to open an account where you can start the application process. When I look on the chart for this Netflix stock at the moment, I think the first thing we need to address is we need to go onto something like the weekly chart just to see the nature of this sell-off in Netflix stock. You can see really since October we have been in this quite alarming downtrend, but maybe we can just see it as a correction. If I actually go to something like 2021, the open price of 2021, We are actually now below that level, which I find quite significant. People may see this as a discounted opportunity. But when I said about there might be some more short-term pain to come, when I'm on this weekly chart, not only are we down here in oversold territory, and so the momentum has changed to the downside quite significantly, but we've actually had this quite key break of this 200 moving average on the weekly chart. Smashed straight through it. I'd say it's a fairly solid close below, but there may be some consolidation around this level. We could definitely get a snap back into more of a range. Didn't mean to do that. Apologies. Now, the last time we actually were trading below the 200 moving average on the weekly chart was back in 2011, which is just astonishing, really. So the bears out here will be arguing the case that there is some more downside to come, and I do think that we could be heading for something like the liquidity that we see down here, and I'll label it as a liquidity level. Liquidity. Let's make that a yellow line there. So as you can see, we have this quite significant swing low down here around 290. What I'm expecting the market to do potentially is, in this general stock sell-off we have at the moment, is to move a bit further down towards this 290 level where we have this clear low here, and the market may grab liquidity at this low. When that market does grab liquidity, that's enough, I think, for the big players to step back into this market and move it towards a more, should we say, comfortable price level for Netflix. And you can see where I had my take profit level, which I'm going to mark for you now for 2022. And I still think we could be heading towards this 600 level, and I can downgrade that to around 584, because that marries up nicely with this daily order block that we have here. So that's my 2022 take profit level. What I want to see is I want to see the market fall a bit further more. Maybe we'll get a consolidation pattern around this low here, around 300. And then we can start to move higher, because as you can see, this drop that we've had here is quite inefficient in its pricing. Huge gap in the market. Look at that huge gap in the market off the back of those quarterly earnings reports. You can see that I've just highlighted on the chart for you now when the next lot of earnings and revenue are going to be coming, and that's in the 18th of April for the period ending March 2022. We have an estimate of around 2.95 for earnings per share, and an estimate of around 7.953 billion for their revenue. They're always important dates to have in. So as you can see, it's really, if you want to be buying this stock right now, you're really looking at a buy and hold job for the rest of this year. Then we're looking at around 600 take profit. For now, it's a bit of a catching a falling knife situation, as it is with most risk assets at the moment, and I think we need to wait for the market to finish their tantrum, finish their correction, finish their crash, whatever people like to call it. Let's wait for that to finish. Let's wait for that next level of consolidation before we look for that move higher, and let's listen out for the Federal Reserve this Wednesday as well, and in future meetings as well, if you are watching this video in a few months' time. But that's my prediction for Netflix, looking at around 584, looking for a grab of liquidity to the downside. Then we're going to be looking for that move higher in the second half of this year. That's it for my Netflix 2022 prediction. Hope everyone has a great trading day, and take care.